What is your favorite season?
Awards.
Hi guys, it's Christine. Welcome back to the channel. You're going to have to excuse my voice this week. I've been battling a cold and just getting over it, so I might sound a little froggy, but that's all right. This week I'm going to go over the Oscar nominees and tell you who I would pick if I got to pick the winners, so let's get to it. A little note to begin, I'm not going to cover any categories where I haven't seen the nominees. So things like animated short or documentary short, I don't have any way of seeing those movies. For the most part, I would say I've seen most of the nominees, though there are a few notable exceptions. But other than that, I'll just pick who I think should win based on what I've seen. So we're going to start with Best Original Song. The nominees are Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Vita Verde, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. I personally would pick Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I know I'm pretty sure it's going to win, but at the same time, I don't know, because I do feel like there's a certain snobbiness when it comes to pop music, but I just feel like Golden is such a perfect pop song. It went so well in the movie. It was a huge smash hit all summer long. So that gets my vote. I mean, I just think it was a fun song. Then for Best Original Score, we have the music from Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. I would personally go for the music from Hamnet. I think there's going to be that's going to be my pick for a lot of the winners here. But I really like the way the music played throughout that movie. I would also say the music from Sinners was also very good and tells a story really effectively. So if either of those wins, I would be pretty happy. I don't think there's any scores here that are particularly lame, that I disagree with the nomination, so that's fine. But if I were to pick, I would give it to Hamnet. The next category is visual effects, and the nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Avatar that wins. I don't really have a problem with Avatar winning if it does. It's very visually effective, I'm sure. It's an effects movie. Same with Jurassic World. I think if that were to win, that would equally be fine. I like the effects in Sinners, but I do feel like they're a little too subtle maybe for an effects category. So if I were to pick, I would give it to Sinners, but I think it's going to go to Avatar, Fire and Ash. Next up, we have sound. The nominees are F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Sirat. If it were up to me, I would give it to Sinners, because I do think sound played a big part of that movie. Not just, the cacophony of fights, but also the quiet moments. I think it's just as effective. So if I were to pick, I would give it to Sinners, but I don't think it's going to win. I think it's going to go to Frankenstein. The nominees for Best Writing of an Original Screenplay are Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I would 100% give that one to Sinners. I thought it was just such a great story and told in such an effective way. But who do I think is going to win? Probably Marty Supreme. For Best Adapted Screenplay, we have Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. 100% I think Hamnet should win. I think it did a fantastic job of adapting that story for the screen. I loved it. I also really liked One Battle After Another. I really liked Train Dreams. I haven't read either of those books, so I can't really comment on that. But if I were to pick the winner, I want it to be Hamnet. I hope it wins. I think it could win in that category. Fingers crossed. So we'll see what happens. Next up, we have production design, and the nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Again, I'm going to give it to Hamnet because I think when it comes to the look of things as a whole, I think it really, really works because the interiors of the houses looked really great, and the exteriors and the setup. I think Sinners could win it. I think that might be more likely to win, or again, Frankenstein, because I think they want to give that to some more technical achievements, because I don't think it's going to win any of the big categories. So I would be happy with Sinners, but I'm hoping for Hamnet. The nominees for film editing are F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I would give that to One Battle After Another. I'm hoping it wins because, and here's why. I absolutely hate long movies. I cannot do it anymore. Unless it's got hobbits in it, do not come at me with a 3-hour runtime. I'm not gonna sit for that long. So when I saw the runtime for One Battle After Another is it 2 hours and 40 minutes or 2:30? I can't remember, but it's long. And I thought, oh God, another long movie. Okay. It did not feel like a long movie at all. The pacing in that movie was fantastic. It really kept a good clip. I never felt bored. I never felt like looking at my phone. It kept going. It was really good at the pacing and keeping things moving and giving you time to catch up when you needed to, and then another crazy sequence would happen. So yeah, I would give it to One Battle After Another. I really liked, I thought the editing on that movie was very well done. The nominees for Best Makeup and Hairstyling are Frankenstein, Kokuo, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. How was Weapons not nominated? Did they forget about Amy Madigan? Because how was Weapons not nominated? I don't understand. I would give it to Weapons. I know Frankenstein's gonna win. I disagree. I don't understand why everybody's losing their minds about the makeup in that movie. Go and have a look at Jacob Elordi in his Frankenstein makeup and tell me why everyone's making such a big deal about it, because I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's that innovative. It's just, yeah, like the different patches of skin are different skin tones. Okay. And I don't get that movie. I really don't. I don't know why people are so gung-ho about it. I don't think that the makeup was all that hot, but okay, that's definitely who's going to win. Hands down, it's a shoo-in. If I were to pick of what is there, I would go with Sinners, simply because I haven't seen Kokuo or The Smashing Machine or The Ugly Stepsister. So I got to give it to Sinners by default, but also Sinners is a great movie, and the vampire makeup in it is very cool. So that's who I would give it to, but I think Frankenstein's going to take it. The nominees for costume design are Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. I do not understand Fire and Ash being nominated because it's CG. And I know that the Academy has like all kinds of rules about you can't be nominated for makeup if it's, touched up with CG or anything. So how come it's okay to nominate CG costumes? I guess because they still have to be designed, but I don't agree with that. I think that's kind of cheating because fabric lays a certain way and it behaves a certain way. So if you're doing it CG, you don't have to abide by the rules of physics, so it can look like anything. So to me, it doesn't make sense as a nominee, but whatever. Personally, I would give it to Hamnet. Again, I love that movie. I love the costumes in it. I like that everyone else in the town wears kind of drab colors, except for Anya's, who's in red. I think it tells a story with its costumes, and I really, really liked it. So that's who I would give it to, but I don't think it's gonna win. I don't know. That's a tricky one. I'm not sure. The nominees for cinematography are Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And I would actually give it to Train Dreams. I thought the cinematography in that movie was absolutely exceptional. It was so beautifully shot. All the scenes, like in amongst these giant trees and these beautiful sunsets that are not touched up digitally. Thank God, because I'm so sick of digital sunsets. Like, you can spot them a mile off. It just, anyway, I really like Train Dreams. And this year we have a new category for casting. The nominees are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. I would give that to either One Battle After Another or Sinners. I think maybe One Battle After Another has a slight edge. I would also give it to Sinners, because again, you've got like so many characters inside and outside the barn that have such great personalities. I thought the whole cast as an ensemble did a really great job. So Sinners or One Battle After the Other. I would give it a slight edge to One Battle After Another, I think. I really like that one. The nominees for International Feature are The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Surat, and The Voice of Rind Hijab. Now, to be fair, I've only seen two. I saw The Secret Agent and I saw Sentimental Value. I would give it to Sentimental Value. I really liked Sentimental Value. I loved the characters in it. I thought it was very well done. I liked the pacing. It had a very touching storyline. So I would give it to Sentimental Value. Up next, we have Documentary Feature Film, and the nominees are The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through the Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. I've only seen two of them. I saw The Perfect Neighbor and Come See Me in the Good Light. I would give it to Come See Me in the Good Light, which is a documentary about the poet Andrea Gibbons. It is such a beautifully shot movie. It's such a good story. It's so touching, and I really liked it. It made me cry. If you're not going to watch the movie, go and find her poem Tincture, because it's just breathtaking. It's beautiful. I think The Perfect Neighbor might win, but I personally, if I were in charge, I would be giving it to Come See Me in the Good Light. Next up, we have Best Animated Feature Film, and the nominees are Arco, Elio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, and Zootopia 2. I would give it to K-Pop Demon Hunters. As we all know, I love that movie. It's just fun. It's just really good. And now we get to the big categories. So the nominees for Best Supporting Actor are Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo in Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I don't like him, but I really think Sean Penn deserves it. So I would like to see Sean Penn win. The nominees for Best Actress in a Supporting Role are Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir Lilias for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Mosako for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. I'm sorry if I butchered the name of Inga there. I would so love to see Amy Madigan win. If it were up to me, 100% she would take it home for Weapons. She was so good in that movie. It was my favorite movie last year. She was my favorite thing about it. She was so good. I still can't get over her performance, but she has not been shown an awful lot of love for awards season, so I think Teyana Taylor's going to take it. The nominees for Best Actor in a Leading Role are Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. If I were to pick, I would pick Jesse Plemons for Begonia. Oh, he wasn't nominated? Great. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I would pick Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. Surprising to hear me say that because I don't love him, but I thought he did a fantastic job in this movie. I think it's gonna go to Timothy Chalamet. I haven't seen Marty Supreme. Don't really want to see Marty Supreme, so I can't really comment on how good of a job he does. But I think he's probably gonna win. But if it were up to me, it would have been Jesse Plemons, who wasn't nominated. The nominees for Best Actress in a Leading Role are Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Renate Rainsby for Sentimental Value. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. And Emma Stone for Begonia. My choice, hands down, 100% is Jessie Buckley. I think she will win, although I will say Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You was really good. So I don't know that I thought Jessie Buckley was a shoo-in, but now I'm not so sure. I think it is still her year. I think she will win, but I don't know if it's as much a guarantee as I once thought it was. But she would be my pick. Out of the two of them, they're the front runners, and I love both of them, and they were both such good performances. But I would give it to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. The nominees for Best Director are Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. I would give it to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. I'm really surprised he's never won an award for Best Director. I think he really deserves it this year. One Battle After Another was a great movie. It was my second favorite movie from last year, but since Weapons isn't nominated, that is who I would go for. But yeah, I would like to see him win. I think he is overdue for an Academy Award. And that leaves the final category of Best Picture. The nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And I 100% would give it to Hamnet. Will it win? I don't know. I think it is, like I said in my video last week, I think One Battle After Another or Sinners might be a more politically popular choice to win, but I really think Hamnet deserves it. So, and since this is not a prediction, but more of a if I pick the winners, then 100% hands down, it would go to Hamnet. So if I got to pick the winners, that's who I would choose. Let me know in the comments below if you have anybody in mind that you would really like to see win on Oscar night. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time.